the Marmagaon Port Authority, and of course the Directorate General of Lighthouses and Light Shipping, that is DGLL. Let's know a little bit more about the Marmagaon Port Authority. Marmagaon Port, one of the oldest ports of the western coast in India, has been the pride of Goa since 1885. The port acknowledges as one of the finest all-weather natural harbour, enjoying an enviable position amongst the major ports of India. Marmagaon Port has been a futuristic leader in the economic growth of Goa, and with time, this has been expanding gradually to meet the demands of the growing trades. Along with that, I would like to put some light on the Directorate General of Lighthouses and Light Shipping. Well, as we all know, DGLL is a subordinate office under the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. For the safety voyage in the Indian waters, DGLL provides marine aids to navigation along the Indian coastline, such as lighthouses, light vessels, buoys and beacons, differential global navigation, satellite system, national automatic identification system, and radar beacons. DGLL provides the vessel traffic service in Gulf of Kutch region, which covers approximately 16,000 square kilometer area, which is one of the largest VTS area in the world, specifically dedicated to information service to the vessel playing in the Gulf of Kutch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the mission of DGLL has been known to help the marine and local fishermen to navigate safely in the Indian waters and protection of marine environment. And basically the vision of DGLL would be to ensure safe navigation and maritime security through efficient and modern aids to navigation services, contributing to the growth of sustainability and maritime activities. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we have present amongst us an esteemed set of dignitaries here. So let's begin welcoming the esteemed set of dignitaries. Let's give a huge round of applause for the first dignitaries I'm calling upon the stage. Shri Rajiv Jalota-ji, a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the IAS Chairperson, Mumbai Port Authority and Chairman, Indian Ports. We also have with us Dr. N. Vinod Kumar, the IPOS Chairperson, Marmagaon Port Authority. Let's give him a huge round of applause, everybody. Our next guest of honor present amongst us, Shri N. Murugananda, the Director General, Directorate General of Lighthouses and Lighthouse Shipping. And join me, let's give a huge round of applause and welcome the Commander Opesh Kumar Sharma, Director of Shipping, Ministry of Port, Government of Goa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was really a auspicious day which we are starting here. And before we start this function, let's welcome our dignitaries with a bunch of fresh flowers. I will request the Chairperson of Marmagaon Port Authority to kindly come ahead and welcome Shri Rajiv Jalota-ji with fresh bunch of flowers. And let's give him a huge round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. Requesting Shri Vinayaka Rao, the Deputy Chairperson from Marmagaon Port, to welcome Dr. N. Vinod Kumar. And everybody can have a huge round of applause for Dr. N. Vinod Kumar. Requesting Shri Vinayaka Rao ji to kindly continue presenting the flowers to Shri N. Murugananda ji. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the Director General and Director General of Lighthouses and Light Ship. Requesting Vinayaka ji to kindly welcome Commander Opesh Kumar Sharma ji, the Director of Shipping, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. A huge round of applause, everybody. Well, on this note, ladies and gentlemen, We all know that lighting of lamp has always created a fresh beginning and a brighter day for everybody, for all of us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, मैं request करूँगी कि हमारे डाइस पे जितने भी आदरणीय गेस्ट बैठे हुए हैं, आप लोग प्लीज आगे आए और दीपक ज्योति प्रज्वलित करके आज के शुभ दिन की शुरुआत करें. Requesting everybody to kindly pay attention. If anybody wants to rise, you all may please rise for the lamp lighting as well. Thank you so very much, dignitaries. Well, that was really a bright morning. And ladies and gentlemen, we have with us some special dignitaries, as I mentioned. And to welcome one of these dignitaries on stage to address the audience, let's give a huge round of applause to Shri Dr. N. Vinod Kumar, the chairperson of Mormugao Port Authorities. Let's give him a huge round of applause and welcome him on the dais.
Good morning, all of you. Respected Mr. Rajiv Jalota, Chairman of Mumbai Port and Chairman of Indian Ports Association, Mr. Muruganandam, Director General, Lighthouses and Lightships, Mr. Opesh, all senior officers from various ports and speakers, esteemed speakers who are the heart and soul of this today's conference, invitees from various ports, media, and the team from Mormugao Port Authority and also from the DGLL. Welcome to all of you. So this is a small function, so you don't have to worry about the function, duration of the function, because we don't want to stand between the speakers and all of you. But I'll spend a couple of minutes why we have arranged this conference. First of all, sorry, we wanted to hold this conference sometime towards the end of June. The weather would have been kind of a little better. But for people like us who stay in Goa, this is the best period. We enjoy the rains. But for people who are coming from outside the city, outside the state, they may find that, we are coming for a couple of days and it is continuously raining. So in fact, we had invited a couple of international speakers as well, because many international ports have already migrated to 5G. So we wanted to bring a couple of companies like Verizon, Ericsson, etc. But I think they needed a little bit more time, because we plan our conferences so quickly in a matter of a month. Whereas the international conferences, it's planned well in advance. But there is time, so we will try to bring them also. So this conference is kind of an initiative of DGLL and Mormugao Port Authority, because we are a part of the same group. The Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways has constituted 22 NAVIC groups. NAVIC is an acronym for Neil Earth Vision Implementation Committee, that is Blue Economy. So our respected Jalota sir is also chairperson of a couple of committees on cruise. So I'm heading this Navik Cell Group 5, which is on communications, along with DGLL. So when the group met first, we didn't have a kind of a framework. We didn't have a framework to kind of move ahead, except the VTMS integration. As we all know, we have 12 major ports with isolated vessel traffic management systems. So the only objective before us was to integrate these VTMS with a homegrown app developed by the NTC PWC. That is a National Technology Center, the technology arm for ports and waterways. I think Dr. Raju is somewhere here from NTC PWC. Yeah, should have been, yeah. So he is the architect of the homegrown VTMS app of India. So the group has decided to take this forward along with DGLL. One of the objectives of the group will be to complete the integration of all the VTMS using this homegrown app, and then get the feed migrate to NMDA, that is a National Maritime Domain Awareness. National Maritime Domain Awareness is an ambitious project of the country to get all the feed, get all the data of the maritime operations at one place. So one of the objectives is to get the integrated feed to NMDA. So this is, NMDA is a kind of a 3-year project of the Government of India. So we have to complete this integration over a couple of years, maybe by next year. We'll have to complete the integration of the port VTMS and then take the feed to National Maritime Domain Awareness. So this objective is very clear. Then we didn't have anything else for the group. So we deliberated, and then we thought it is not enough that we take the VTMS to the next level. It is also important that the port operations are also taken to the next level. And what is required for that next level, evolution is a platform like 5G on which all the stakeholders, all the port users can come and connect. So many international ports have already started using private 5G. So many of you may be knowing what is private 5G or an enterprise 5G is. We get a kind of a dedicated 5G network for a particular campus. For example, the ports are, I think, ideal units where private 5G can be implemented. Why is private 5G required? One is security. One is the 5G's low latency, allowing every communication, real-time communication between the machinery. We use several equipments, machinery in the port. We don't have an ecosystem right now to allow these machinery to speak to each other. On a positive note, most of the ports are on SAP. So this SAP is, we are having our administrative work computerized on SAP, but we don't have an ecosystem where our cranes, machines, vessels, port users are on a same platform. So 5G will help, a private 5G network will help a port to have such a platform on which all the stakeholders can come, plug and play. So this is not a very difficult kind of a scenario to bring in, though there are challenges like in India, the enterprises are not getting their own spectrum, as we know. One of the reasons why the enterprise 5G has not taken off in India is the dedicated spectrum is not given to companies. We have to go through the telcos to get a private 5G system in a port. So that is one reason I think the government is looking into this kind of and trying to bring a policy to allot a dedicated spectrum to ports. And we should note that the railways, I think the speakers are in a better position to confirm, the railways have got their own 5G spectrum. And I think recently the cabinet decided to give 5% more spectrum, 700 megahertz or something, to the railways because of the Kavach system. The railway that safety, to enhance the safety features, so they are having a dedicated 5G spectrum. So the ports can also have a dedicated 5G spectrum, enhance the security, enhance the features whereby all the machinery equipments are speaking to each other, which will ultimately reduce the turnaround times and improve the efficiency of the port. So this is one reason we thought the group took off, and we have initiated discussions with multiple stakeholders, and this conference is a result of that kind of a thought to take this forward to the next level. And I was discussing with Rajiv sir and requesting the IPA's help also, because IPA has now become a part of this group also. So for this particular thing, Ministry has said to approach IPA also. So IPA is the best organization to take this forward, because this is something which can be done by for all the major ports together. So this is the reason behind this conference, and we have invited all of you to understand what is happening in the 5G sector in India and what can be done. We are thinking about Port 4, that is when the Industrial Revolution 4 has revolutionized the manufacturing sector. Such a kind of revolution has not come to other sectors, including the ports. So yesterday, when I was discussing with one of the speakers, he was mentioning about the mining 4. So that even the mines have started implementing private 5G. So different sectors can kind of adopt this technology and move forward. That is the reason for this project. I think this is the right time to get into the 5G, because the country has already come up with a vision document on 6G. The country has already started discussions to implement 6G by 2030. In 2 phases, the first phase has already started. So this is the right time to get into 5G and then get into 6G, because otherwise we'll miss the bus. So first we have to understand the technology, how that can be adopted, and then to take it forward. So with this summary, let me get into my responsibility of welcoming Mr. Jalota sir. Mr. Rajiv Jalota is one of the senior most officers in the bureaucracy today, and he is one of the most humble human beings, very affectionate towards everybody. When he is more affectionate, he calls me Vinod, and when he is less affectionate, he calls me Dr. Vinod. So today morning he called me Dr. Vinod, so I had to find out what went wrong. I had to find out from my team whether he was received properly or breakfast not given properly. And it's a very kind of, a very friendly kind of affectionate interaction between all the chairmen and the chairman of the IPA. And that enables very free discussions, and a lot of innovative ideas are coming up in the general body of the IPA under his leadership. So sir, it's a privilege for us that you have taken time to come and kick off this conference. So welcome you, sir. Welcome you heartily. So I would request the DGLL team to come forward, and yeah, please. Yeah. Next to welcome is my friend Mr. Muruganandam, who is the Director General, Lighthouses and Lightships, who has spent a lot of money for the conference. He is the Kuber, so and he's the main sponsor of this function. So on behalf of all of you, I would welcome Mr. Muruganandam. Next is Mr. Rapesh Sharma. He is a member of our Navik Cell and an expert member of our Navik Cell, because we don't understand the vessel traffic management systems much. We are behind the system and he is inside the system. So we take all the expert comments from him and take his expertise to move forward and we need a lot of his expertise in future also to come up with kind of suggestions from the group side. So I would welcome him also. I would request somebody to come forward and from the DGLL side, yeah, please, yeah. You can come. And the speakers, I would like to say our gratitude to all the speakers, because we had, I should declare here that we have not given anything to the speakers. They have taken their initiative, they have traveled from various parts of the country to this place. What we offered to them was a lot of senior officers and the port participants hearing whatever the suggestions and the way forward which they will share with us. So I would like to thank all the speakers one by one for taking the pains and coming to this place to deliver your speech, and all the port employees who came at a little short notice, traveling from various parts of the country, my HODs and NTCPWC members, and the media also for today coming for this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Shri N. Muruganandam, Director General, Directorate of Lighthouses and Light Shipping, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. An esteemed leader renowned in the field of marine aid to navigation, Shri N. Muruganandam has played a pivotal role in shaping and advancing the standards in the field of marine aids and navigation with an illusion career spanning. We are honored to have Mr. N. Muruganandam, the Director General, Directorate of General Lighthouses and Light Shipping, with us today, and we are looking forward to his valuable insights and contributions in our discussion ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with a huge round of applause, Shri N. Muruganandam. Huge round of applause, everybody.
Good morning, respected Chairperson, Mumbai Port Trust, respected Chairperson, Marmugao Port Trust, and respected Director from the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. Very warm welcome, sir, all of you. My previous speaker spoke about our Jalotia Saab. Whatever he said is true about our Jalotia Saab. Very smiling face, supportive, all the time. Any meeting, we have attended meetings under him many times. Very positive, always smile. Such a great leader today present among us today. It's a blessing to us, sir. Thank you very much. And respected speakers and distinguished luminaries from the ports and shipping and from industries and from various institutes, warm welcome to all of you. This program actually we have planned to be conducted in Gandhidham, Gujarat, because of the Navy Committee 100 days target and the very loving personality, dynamic leader who is steering the Navy Committee has made us to join hands with him. Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to conduct jointly this program, sir. This regarding the lighthouse department. Our organization name is Lighthouse and Lightships. It's one of the oldest organizations since 1927. Our act, and we recently replaced with the new acts, including many other facts of VTS and other tourism into it. The sailors very well aware of our nature of works and its importance. As our organizers earlier spoken about the DGLL activities, we not only have these lighthouses, we have many other verticals. We have automatic identification system, VTMS, global navigational satellite systems, and deep sea buoys, and other many verticals we are having. We are proud to say that we are one of the technical arm of the ministry. We more partially we also involved in the security aspects, coastal security and other security aspects. We work closely with the Ministry of Defense, MHA, Coast Guard and other Navy and other joint operation centers. We also recently saved 14 fishermen using the search and rescue operations. We received the messages seamlessly without any human interference. We receive through the seamless radio frequencies, and any emergency signals, we immediately communicate with the search and rescue operations. We coordinate them, and recently we saved in Maharashtra coast 14 lives. There are many things we can say, but many things are involved. Security aspects, I am not in a position to talk openly in this forum. Regarding the importance of the VTMS, this has been 16,500 square kilometers we established. We are the pioneer in implementing this in coordination with the GMB and Kandla Port Trust. It's already crossed more than 10 years. Still now we are speaking about the integration of the VTS. As a country, it is too late that we are still lagging behind the innovative compared to many other countries. This decision should have been taken very long back, but the National Marine Domain Awareness has entrusted us this establishment of integration of VTS among the ports and connected to the IMAC in Gorgon, data dissemination. Not only this integration, we are also being assigned the task of establishment the VTMS in Andaman Nicobar. That is another project also we are already rolling over. The VTMS is playing a very, very important key role in safety and safe navigation in the channels, because it has got many static and dynamic data available. This also helps us in the any ship accident read and replay to investigate. Because in the Gulf of Kutch, more than 10 ports, it is being served continuously from the starting entry point of the VTS entry point to the exit. It is 24/7 continuously being monitored. Along with the other ships coming in the Indian coast, it is seamlessly monitored through our NIS network. We have 87 base stations installed in the lighthouse tower. It is seamlessly getting connected. Any ships above 300 GRT is being monitored continuously through transponder A transponder. We have our national data center in Mumbai. All the data are being connected. We have more than 3 years of data with us. Any point of time, you can able to use this data, make use of this data, and analyze your whatever the requirement of the marine fraternity. I can keep on saying with time. I try to conclude my speech. Once again, I welcome all of you. I request all of you use this forum more and more useful and interactive. That is more important, because there are many things we don't know. What others advanced industry or advanced countries, or what is the developers, or what is the requirement. It is a time to bridge all these things. We have to use this forum for more and more questions, interactive and helpful, get the maximum from the speakers, because they have greater experience and extraordinary knowledge. As an user, we have our own requirement. We know what is the international requirement, domestic requirement, and the local requirements. So we need to bridge this gap, and I hope this forum will help us and enlighten us after this evening more. With this, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much, and once again, warm welcome to all of you.
Thank you so very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, finally that time we all have been waiting for the address. Well, both the dignitaries before me have said a lot about this gentleman, and I think this gentleman really doesn't require an introduction. Let's give a huge round of applause to our special chief guest of the morning and the day, the chairperson of Mumbai Port Authority and the chairman of IPA, Shri Rajiv Jalota ji. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we exchange pleasantries, I think I should clear one ambiguity which Goa Port chairperson has raised. Though he has a very subtle sense of humor, but the reason why I call him Vinod as well as Dr. Vinod, I should clear. Because when I was in the vehicle today, one officer of Goa Port was in the car. So whenever there are officers, then I address him as Dr. Vinod. But when I meet him in person, I call him Vinod. हमने कहा पहले, because today our whole conference is on communication and there should be no miscommunication. And in fact, all our esteemed people on the dais, I would like to also say one thing, ki since this NAVIC cell was formed on 5G and VTMS, I have been seeing the progress of Dr. Vinod, that how much he has internalized this subject, and really he is talking in technical terms which are so new to him. This shows his passion for the subject, and in fact the ministry who has given him this made him the leader of this topic, and he really took lot of pains in setting this conference, because he spoke with me a couple of times and then told me that what kind of speakers he is trying to congregate, bring together. Unfortunately, a few of the international speakers could not come today, but still I believe this is a subject which is has its great relevance for the port sector, very much. In fact, one of our ports, Kandla port, was used as a pilot by Ministry of Telecom for 5G technology in the port sector. If somebody from Kandla port would be here today, then I think they can share that knowledge, because some report must definitely have come from Ministry of Telecom on Kandla port's experiments that was done. I think it was a year and a half back it had happened, because they were selecting one say, experimental place for each sector. For airport, something was taken, some place was chosen for port, something for highways, like that. It was being tested by Government of India. In ports maritime, yes, vessel traffic system is being used for a very long time, and the domain knowledge or the domain expertise of this area belongs to DGLL, and ministry has tried to give more teeth to this office by doing some amendments in last few years, and I was actually have a first-hand experience of the type of technology that they have developed and implemented in the Gulf of Kutch. Last year, I was holding charge of Director General Shipping for a short time, and Captain Nitin Mukesh is sitting here. We were both together in the Disaster Management or the Domain Awareness Center of DG Shipping in Mumbai that very night when they were facing the problem in Gulf of Kutch. And in fact, various VTS systems, including the very modern systems, went off the radar for a few hours. And that time, the only saving grace to monitor those 3-4 vessels, which were very big vessels, which were caught in the seas, our DGLL system worked very fine, and we were able to track on a minute by minute basis those very vessels. So this is another area where we should deliberate today, that when we are looking at modern technologies, each technology comes with its own handicaps and challenges. So we should see a system where we can marry the wisdom from the past and the modern technology benefits of the present, and try to come to a golden mean that in cases of extreme emergencies and challenges, how we get the benefit of both. I was in urban management as well as in Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and there also we found a lot of, you can say, challenges as far as imported modern technologies of Europe or North America, which work in particular weather and climate zones, were not able to perform to their potential in Indian settings. And this year we have faced how the air conditioning systems have failed across the country because they were mostly designed on European standards. So we need to devise our own standards. Professor Raju is here. He will also delve light on a homegrown Make in India technology which comes at very cheaper rates and would be giving the same amount of inputs and outcomes which are needed by us. It is actually a very serious workshop today, and I deliberately made a point to come here because I want to listen for the whole day what is on offer, because when we are looking at Viksit Bharat and the ports of future, then we need to imbibe the modern technologies so that our ports are always at an advantageous position when we are looking at EXIM cargo growth of more than 4 to 6 times in the next 20 years. So our ports, we talk mainly about container ports, but in terms of cargo volume, container cargo handles only 20-25% of the cargo volume. So we have to look at all other kinds of cargo handling systems, how those also can be managed through modern technologies, because we have to work equally in all directions, though container ports is a fashion to talk about, and unfortunately they hog the limelight, and the other ports which are majorly working on a big cargo component and where efficiency gains can really help minimize the costs of production substantially and cost of doing business substantially. We need these technologies. I believe some of the officers in some ports as well as IPA, a couple of officers, they have been thinking about and talking to experts on introducing of 5G and generative AI in the port sector. I would request Dr. Vinod that he should include generative AI as well in this topic, because it is all interlinked and we need to work together when we are looking at solutions which can help port improve their efficiencies and reduce the various turnaround times or idling times, whatever technical terms we say, and help Indian ports showcase to the world, because we have already showcased in terms of UPI, in terms of UIDAI, ONDS and these various systems. So why not the port sector, and to start with major ports, can show the way forward in imbibing these modern technologies. I wish the participants that they gain from this workshop, as Dr. Vinod and Mr. Muruganandam have stated, that you should raise your queries. Don't think that you may be raising a very, very small query or may not be relevant, but everybody is in the same boat, including us, that we are not very clear about what is on offer from these technologies and how we can integrate. And Dr. Vinod actually spoke with me about involvement of some technology partner to study certain areas. Definitely from IPA side we will provide all necessary support to them, and hopefully this topic which has been taken up by this NAVIC cell shows a very good path of improving the communication systems and the 5G integration in the major port sector. Thank you, Dr. Vinod and Mr. Muruganandam, for inviting me here, and wish you the very best for this workshop. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I would really appreciate one and all present over here. And आज आप यहाँ पे अपना कीमती वक्त निकाल के आए हैं, इसके लिए मैं चाहती हूँ खुद के लिए सब लोग एक बार जोरदार तालियां बजा लें. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, we are releasing a book today, and the topic of the book, that is the theme which we are following here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this informational booklet is jointly released by Marmagua Port Authority and the Directorate General of Lighthouses and Lightship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I request Mr. Jalota ji and the dignitaries on the stage to kindly release the book on this auspicious day. And everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for releasing this book. This booklet contains information on various topics presented by the speakers on the theme of Port 4.0 and Advanced Vessel Traffic Management System in seaports and maritime operations. This resourceful booklet also contains technical papers which highlights the uses of advanced information technologies to improve the core competitiveness of the global seaports. Ladies and gentlemen, now moving on to the speaker segment and to introduce our first speaker of the day.